Hi, my name is Noemi, and today I'll be doing a project about desert animal adaptations for INS. So for this project, we had to choose 3 different desert animals to morph together and make a whole new ultimate desert animal. So for the 3 desert animals I chose were the fennec fox, the desert bighorn, and the Gila monster. So before we get started, let's talk about the individual animals first. So let's start with the cute little fennec fox. This little guy is mostly characterized by its big, bat-like ears and its little snoot. They're not only used for cuteness, but also for radiating heat in the sandy Sahara Desert and elsewhere in North Africa. I'm talking about the ears only. So if you didn't know, they're also nocturnal, meaning that they are usually active during the night, which prevents them from going out into the sun as much as possible, which helps a lot. So they also have long, thick hair that insulates them during cold nights and protects them from hot sun during the day. Even the fox's feet are hairy, which helps them perform like snowshoes and protects them from extremely hot sand, which I decided to add to my desert animal to, do the same thing, because it's a desert animal. The fox's feet are also effective shovels for frequent digging, because fennec foxes live in underground dens. Fennec foxes are opportunistic eaters, meaning that they forage for plants but also eat rodents, eggs, reptiles, and basically anything. Like most desert dwellers, the fennec fox has developed the ability to go for long periods without water. Now you might be wondering, how does he find water and how does he survive without, having lots of water? Well, desert plants are also a good source of water for the fennec, just as it may be for many other desert animals too. These foxes can live for years without drinking water by relying heavily on the desert plants alone. Fennec foxes live in deserts and semi-desert habitats located in North Africa throughout the Sahara Desert and east to Sinai, Arabia. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Anyway, they prefer sandy deserts and arid regions with desert grasses or scrub vegetation. They don't necessarily have a geomorphic process they enjoy to go to except for the burrows they dig themselves to provide them with shelter and safety from predators. Next up is the mighty desert bighorn. Bighorns inhabit a vast range from the Rocky Mountains in Canada down to the deserts of the American Southwest. They are a relative of goats and have balancing eating split hooves and rough hoof bottoms for natural grip, which I thought to choose as a good characteristic for running and walking on rough terrain. So these attributes, along with keen vision, help them move easily about rocky, rugged mountain terrain. Bighorn sheep have excellent vision, which were one of the characteristics I chose for my own desert animal, which is presumably important in predator evasion and social communication. Desert bighorn sheep are well adapted to the climate of the Sonoran Desert. They are able to survive the extreme heat of summer and the cold of winter because their body temperatures can safely fluctuate several degrees. Bighorns also escape the heat by resting in the shade of trees and caves during the day. Their diets mostly consist of a wide variety of twigs, leaves, flowers, grasses, and cacti. Plants that bighorn are known to forage for include ironwood, palo verde, jojoba, Mormon tea, brittle bush, and barrel cactus. Ephemerals and perennials alike. Bighorns usually dwell in the Rocky Mountains or in higher altitude to escape the dangers from below, like the coyotes and mountain lions. And finally, last but not least, we have the Gila monster. Gilas are lethargic creatures that feed primarily on eggs raised from nests and newborn mammals, and since they are the lazy side, they tend to prefer easy prey like those. These animals don't even chew their food and can even swallow small eggs whole, just like snakes and stuff. Gilas may also eat frogs, rodents, insects, lizards, worms, and carrion, just like the fennec fox. They're opportunistic eaters. They may spend more than 95% of their lives in underground burrows, emerging only to feed and occasionally to bask in the sun. They can store fat in their oversized tails and are able to go months between meals, which I thought was an amazing characteristic to add to my desert animal. And yeah, as its defense mechanism, and unlike snakes, which inject venom, Gilas latch onto victims and chew to allow neurotoxins to move through grooves in their teeth and into the open wound, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, Gila monsters are desert dwellers, living near washes and arroyos like the Chaco Canyon and in semi-arid rocky regions of desert, scrub, or grasslands. Gila monsters also seem to prefer rocky foothills and avoid open, flat, and agricultural areas. They can live at elevations up to 1,500 meters. Okay, so now we have all of the research out of the way. Here's the animal I came up with. I named it the armor-backed finch because of the Gila monster scales that cover its back as protection from predators or rough terrain. It's located in semi-arid deserts like the Sonoran, Atacama, Mojave, etc. It's got the body of a desert bighorn but the sides of a fennec fox. Its excellent vision comes from the desert bighorn and its thick tail comes from the Gila monster. Its ears are used the same way as a fennec fox would use it, to radiate heat of course. Its gripped hooves are hairy to have some sort of padding from the hot desert sun. My desert animal is a nocturnal animal that feeds off of mostly desert plants that are in season like the barrel cactus and flowers like the Mexican gold poppy, etc. However, it is also an opportunistic eater, meaning that if there's a chance for it to eat, it'll get it. It shelters itself from the hot sun from hiding in its burrows, or if it's a chill day, it'll lay under a shady tree like the ironwood, or just find some sort of cave to hide in.